All right, so here we are. All the digging is digging, and all the processing is processing. We've got all of our conveyor belts built, and that's all moving along nicely. Our trash ramp is getting there. Once this one is done, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna ramp down into this valley with the trash. Gives us a place to put the trash that's not the ocean, I guess. All right. The other thing I did is I went ahead and I started the belts that are around the farm, even though I haven't converted the farm yet over to a irrigated farm. But we started the belts. And when I got the belts finished, I found out that because the belts were there or something, I don't know what happened, but it wouldn't unload all of the potatoes. So I got down to where my people were almost starving. So I put in belts to connect to two of the stores. I put in another store up here so that we got one up there, one down here. This store will probably end up removing. And I had to add another part to the town because we needed the people. Ultimately, what my plan is, I'm going to come over 2 more tiles and down, and that's going to be where I want the town to be. So I'm not upgrading the town stuff yet, simply because I want to get the layout first, because I want to be able to connect these to that edge. So this is temporary. These are going to actually end up moving at some point once we get the town done. Now I don't know if it would work if I put these down and I ghosted them as pre-construction, if I could connect to them and have it feed the city or not. In other words, if we were in build mode, right? Let's get in build mode. I gotta, yeah. And then we went here and here. Whether if we connected the store here, it would feed or not. I don't know. With these being ghosted like this. So I'm going to wait until I build them to actually do that. Right? So there's that. All right. And this is going, and we finally got our gas station. And we finally got our water supply. So those are taken care of. We did have to pipe out the sewage. And this is running fairly steady. It's not all the time, so we're okay. So now we're ready to go ahead and do our labs, because we are stuck at lab 2. We do not have labs, so we need to build labs. We've not done that yet. I did tear down the 2 labs that we had because they were useless. So, and this is filling in nicely. All right, so let's do this. Let's go over here to blueprints and we'll go look at these labs. Now, in looking at this looks to be the biggest footprint because of the rain collectors and what have you. So I'd like to put it not down here in the oil stuff and not up here in the route of march. So I'd like to put it someplace where it kind of fits and doesn't get in the way. And I was thinking, something like this. But this is the big one. We don't need it to start. We just need a setup. So if we put it right on the line and we put the belt right around the mayor's office, I think that will work right there. So that's kind of what we're going to plan for, I think. But instead of doing the big one, we're going to do the lab stage 1. So right on the line and right up against there. That doesn't seem to work though, does it? Was it like this? It still ends up being... Yeah, see, that one definitely was not right. So if we go there, it's going to miss that mining tower. Let's check the stage 2. Yeah, it misses. All right. So if we put it right there, it's going to miss all of that stuff, and I think that's going to be good to go. Right? And then that's going to give this path to go through. This is eventually going to get mined out, and then the oil stuff is going to be down here. So I think we're okay right there. Right? So let's see what this does. So we got an electronics warehouse, a mechanics warehouse. Those go in here and they make lab equipment, and then the lab equipment comes up here and feeds the labs, right? Comes up here and feeds the labs. That's output. I wonder what that's output for. I don't remember the labs having anything, but okay. So we're going to have to build that stuff. Now, the thing is, we can't build the big labs without the equipment, or the equipment to build them. So we need to build this first, this first, this first, this first, and this first, right? So that we can build the labs. All right, so that we can build the lab equipment. Because in order to build the labs, we need the lab equipment. So let's get those started. And the other thing we did is we've got all of our ports of call that we can get to gotten. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shipping counters that we're going to have to deal with. We did find another town, and this one will trade for the glass, which we're going to need initially because we don't have glass set up. And then this one will do contracts. Right now I took the crew off the ship because there's no sense having crew on the ship. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to go anywhere. So what I'd like to do, once we get a lab running, is I think I'd like to do maintenance depot 2, and then maybe we'll do the ship weapons and armor before we do these. Now that I think about it. Yeah, let's remove these from the queue. Because I don't think there's a way to shuffle things around without doing it. And so this one is what we're waiting on. And then we're going to do ship's weapons, ship's armor. And then we'll do pipes, advanced diesel, power generation, basic desal, bio. We'll do the whole column. Last one will be the cargo depot. And then we'll do storage 2 and food market 2. And then we'll get into this stuff here. We need gas combustion at some point, but not yet. And we need settlement power and gas combustion somewhere soon, but we'll get there. All right, so how about we do this just to get some moved down here so we can start getting these built. How are we doing on people? 34. We're good. All right. Because ultimately, we're going to want to set these to maintain full. But for right now, that's plenty. It'll get us started on the equipment. Well, looks like it'll make 24 total. These need 12, so we can go ahead and get them started on building. And we got the Unity. Let's go ahead and use it. And once these guys are built, then we'll be able to go ahead and build these belts. We just need 12 more lab equipment, which looks like is there. Right, okay, so there's that. Not enough workers by 2 workers. All right, well, pause that. And unpause that. So it can start building that. And they can be connected to the labs. Oh, recyclables. Is apparently what the output goes to. Maybe. Would make sense. We don't have recycling yet, though, and we haven't built a recycling center. But until such a time as we do so... Oh, is that a piece there that's not... Huh. Alright, fine. Unpause that little teeny tiny piece. Heck, I bet. There we go. 0.1. Yeah, we'll spend 0.1. Now, what does this store? This stores steel, electronics 2, and electronics 3, which we're not anywhere near using yet. Now we got that running. Okay, find the oil rig. So we get construction parts and diesel. Advanced research, we get construction parts. Research power generation, build a high pressure turbine, blah, blah, blah. Okay. so that's down here. We're getting there. And the other one was what? Research advanced diesel. So advanced diesel is on our list. Not high on our list, but it's on our list. And power generation is on our list. So let's think about where we want to build a power station. We kind of want to set it and forget it as much as we can. So let's see, there's water over here. What if we put it over here? What if we put it over here for now? This doesn't have to be connected to anything. So it can be over here and kind of out of the way. That's where we're going to put it when the time comes. So once these guys get done here, and you'll notice I shortened this a little bit. And I did that because I needed to go over farther this way. We'll bring that back later, but if we get this part flattened out, we'll be able to put the dock there. So at least we'll have enough to put the dock there. So 12 houses, 10 people. We're going to need some more people. We may as well build the next housing block. Now, putting it over top the oil is not going to hurt us because we're pumping out the oil anyway, even just from that location. And once the oil's gone, it's gone. If we put that in, we're going to unpause it. We get that one built. And ultimately what I'd like to do with these is do here, 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 and then here, here, and here. Leaves these two center ones basically here and here that we can turn around and put in like town centers, you know, the little fancy things or whatever, if we wanted to. Unpause this, get us some more people in. Now, I said that I tried putting in dry storage and it wasn't able to hold potatoes. It looks like I was wrong. Apparently you can put potatoes in the dry storage, or in the loose storage. I saw that on somebody's video. So what we might at some point do is put in some storage containers. If these actually start to fill up more than what they want. All right, so the next thing we were going to do, or I was going to do, not we, because it's the royal we, I guess, is I want to go ahead and I want to increase our food production, as a matter of fact. So we are going to put in irrigated farms. And all we should have to do is just upgrade. All right, there's a maintenance depot. So we can actually upgrade our maintenance depots to maintenance depot 2s. Let's get the farm situation done first. Because the next thing we got to do is we got to bring in water. And I got to bring it into the right pipe. And since these are tileable, this is going to be a temporary connection. Alright, now let's figure out which one it goes into. So it goes into this one. This one, which goes into this prioritizer, or into this balancer. And then this goes into that balancer. And then what does this go into? This likewise goes into that balancer. This goes into this balancer, which goes into what you call it? Yeah, fertilizer. So it looks like the top two feed feed the connections that go into the water. So looks like either of them we can hook that up to then. So if we go here, to here, that will be okay. And that will theoretically give us water. What do we got? New refugees. All right, good. So that should give us our irrigation. At least in the short term. And we'll see if that's the right pipe. All right, there it is. The irrigation tank, we're getting our water in. And now I do believe we can do crop rotation, right? Yes, we can do crop rotation. So I'm thinking we do this. And then down here, I want to do this. And then once that crop is done, we're going to change this one. I'm going to change this one to green manure as well. That way, they're on opposite schedules. I don't know if it will work, but I want to try it. So if we do that, right, then that one is going to be growing potatoes while this one's growing green manure and vice versa. That's my thinking, that maybe that will work like that. And then we can get a steady supply even on months when we're not doing whatever. All right. We got 41 workers. Let's turn this off for now. That should give us plenty of extra workers. All right, let's go on over here and let's upgrade at least one of these. How are these running? They're running okay. Now we can open that one for business. We got the people. Bump them all the way up. So it is making recyclables. It's just got room to hold a whole crap ton, and it doesn't make very many at a time. So we're okay there. How are we looking over here? So this one's green manure, this one is potatoes, and it should go back and forth vice versa. And eventually we will add more farms to it. We can probably fit 4 more farms in before we have to worry about moving anything around or anything else. Looks like we're doing all right down here. We should be able to fit our dock in by the time we're ready for it. Now, I was looking and there's these 2 little pieces here. I'm not sure what they are. I think they are quartz, but I could be mistaken. No? What are those? Oh, that's stone over top of... Yeah, it's stone over top of sand. All right. So there's a little bit of sand there. Nothing to write home about. Now, I do want to be careful when I put this in that I don't get too close to this iron, because we are going to want to dig down on this iron, on this deposit. And we don't want that to collapse and destroy our oil cracking. So we got power generation just about done. So let's go on over here because it's going to click over very soon. There it is, power generation. Crisis management, there's coal, okay. Crisis management. Oh, okay, so it's basically telling me how I can monitor various things. Not a problem. There's power generation. Okay. So, power generation. Build a boiler, connect the groundwater pump. Put a high pressure turbine. Alright, so. Smokestack 2. Boiler. Power generation stuff. Pipe 2. Alright. So the first thing we want to build, water, is groundwater pump. And here's our water. So, put it right here at the edge. Close enough. We can move it later if we need to. And then we got to do power. So we got to build a boiler. We got, what do we got? Water coming in, coal coming in, steam, and exhaust. Right? So if we line that up, give or take, and then we bring pipe in, and then we bring exhaust out. And then loose storage. U-shaped conveyor. Right, so there's all of that stuff. Go ahead and unpause that. Then we want to build our electrical system. So we want same boiler, right? Yeah. Why is it listed in two places? I don't know. So we want high pressure turbine. And then we want 2 generators. Then we're going to put in a flywheel to conserve whatever extra we get. Let us do this. Put that there. That way the Gazinta is next to the Gazada. In other words, here to here. Oh, almost did it. That connector's not on the ground. So when you put that next to that, it'll screw you up. It won't connect. And you'll be like, why? It has gotten me a couple of times now. There we go. Alright, so coal. Definitely keep it full. And then build all of that. Desal. How we doing? Good, good. I think once it fills over there, I'm going to have it fill this little bit. Because I want to get the... Matter of fact... Yeah, there we go. I want to get this. I want to have that first one over as far as I can. All right. What did we get for that? We got production and vehicle parts. Nice. How we doing on food? 23 days worth of, 23 months worth of food. How are we doing on health? People want electricity. Well, we don't have that research yet, so you're out of luck. Our water pollution is staying down because we're really not putting much in there because we're putting the trash in a big pile to drive on it. How are we doing over here? This is looking good. We only got one vehicle per. Everybody's really busy. Let's make some more. Let's make 1, 2, 3, 4 more diggers. 1, 2, 3, 4 more diggers. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more trucks to go with the diggers. And then we'll add more trucks after that if we need to. There we go. So we're not really generating much electricity, so we're really spinning that flywheel mostly. And that's good because then when the time comes, if it goes out, we'll have plenty of power stored. We could probably put another flywheel on there because each one gets us a certain amount. All right, looks like it's keeping that full. Did our maintenance build? Our maintenance built. Let's upgrade the other one. Going to be an additional 6 people. We might as well bring some more people in because we're going to need them for advanced diesel. All right, we're starting to get into the iron ore there, so let us cut these ones off. Looks like that iron ore vein runs right about here. We're going to eventually mine it out, but right now I want mostly stone because I'm trying to fill in. So if these guys have to go back over here to sort, that's a pain in the ass. And I don't want to build a sorter over here just for, you know, convenience. Biofuel. Now we're researching advanced diesel. All right. That shouldn't take terrible long. Oh, we're at a negative on Unity. Why? 3 research labs. Oh, and the beacon. The beacon's what's hurting us on the Unity. That's okay. We need the people. We're not going to run it for very long. It's an assembly too, so it's going as going as fast as normally can. Do we have anything over here boosted? We do not. Science is steady. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Science is steady the way it is. Good enough. I do think we're going to make this, get this done enough by the time that we get to cargo depot. I think we're going to be okay. So we're going to add burner, ship weapons, ship armor. I don't know. Well, settlement power, gas combustion. And then we'll go edicts and wheat. And then vehicle management, steel, electric boiler, organic fertilizer. That's going to get us up to construction 3. New refugees. We can take one more group, or maybe 2 more groups, because it's 18 and 18, I think. 18, yeah, we get 18 at a time. That would be 36. Yeah, we can take 2 more groups. All right. So let us add a digger there. Add a digger there. Add a digger there. And add a digger there. Then we just have to wait for the vehicle, for the trucks to show up. Now we're not going to jump right into where is it? Yeah, we're not going to jump right into the complete oil module thing. Because this is big, it takes a good 500 people to run this thing, I think is what it is, but we figured it out. We're just going to do what I know this is, and that, and we're going to just build it by hand. Yeah, so it's a distillation stage and 1 and 2. So we're just, excuse me, gonna just kind of put it somewhere. I'm thinking for right now, we just put it up here with these guys. Until we're ready. Although, we're getting close. Okay, so we got the cargo depot building right now. Maybe we do put it down here. Maybe we stick it over here in the corner. Because we're going to be yanking it back up. All right, we got another set of refugees. We can take one more set and then we shut down the beacon. So, what do we got? Build distillation 1 and distillation 2. Oil. Distillation 1. And we'll go right up here. Distillation 1. Distillation 2 is going to take in that. We're just going to put them side by side. So then we need steam in. We need crappy water out. We're going to put in. All right. Do something here real quick. These are all leveled. We'll get them out of the way. We can see what we're doing. All right. So, we want disposal, liquid pump. We're going to throw it down over here as far out of the way as we can get it. So that's going to come out and go down there. We need steam in. We're going to do, I know this sounds stupid, but we don't have water right in this area yet. So we're going to put in a ridiculously huge rainwater. And then that's going to give us our steam. This is going to give us here, 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 to there. And then we're going to have oil come in. And then we've got to temporarily flare that. And flare that. And then loose storage there with a belt. And then smokestack here. And then that's all we need to get that started. And then we need storage fluid there and there. And then pipe there to there and there to there. New refugees. Hooray. Pause that. And we got the cargo depot. So that worked out just about right. This is going to go away, so not super worried about how far out it sticks. I do want to go as far over here as I can. Crap. We are going to get rid of this and reroute it. Because that sticks out. All right. So if that goes there, okay, some parts need to be in the ocean. No shit. Well, it's in the ocean. All right. That's all the farther over we can go. Right there is, looks like that's as far over as we can go. So then we want fluid module here and here. Now we can reroute this pipe. All right, there's that pipe. And then we can go this pipe to there. Right? So that's going to bring in our oil, sugar. We want to go back that up some. We want to go like this and then up to this, because that way we can bring that over and connect it there. All right, so unpause this, these two pipes. We'll just unpause all of it. All right. Did we rescue these two? This ship? We have not rescued this ship yet, have we? So we need to do a start repairs on that. And we need to do a start repairs on this. And go over here and start loading the damaged cargo ship. What are we? Cargo depot has no ship, I know. Liquid dump has no recipe. Alright, that we can fix relatively simply. This, sour water. We should have been fixing our ship. We did not. But that's okay. Coal. Keep that full. Crude oil. Diesel. Okay. That's all built. Now we just need all the pieces, parts. For that, which is steel, or is that steel? Iron. All right, well, we have iron. We don't have iron. Maybe it's moving it over there. Don't tell me we're that out of iron. Apparently we're that out of iron. Wow. All right. So produce diesel, burn excess light. So we're stuck on this until we get a ship, but it's built. So now we just got to wait and get the ship repaired. So that's just a matter of needing iron, which I suppose we really wanted to do it. We could do that and let the iron build up until we got enough for the ship. Before we worry about construction materials. And then we need the 120 construction parts for the oil rig. Can we buy iron? Does not appear that we can buy iron there. Can we buy iron here? We can't buy iron here either. Oh well. The other thing we want to look into at some point is loans. I don't think we can. Pay 17 each year for 10 years. Oh. So eventually we're going to need to look into iron so we can get our reputation built up. We get better deals and better interest rates and what have you. So we do need to look at loans. I don't know that right now is the time to look at loans though. All right. So we are at the point we just got to get our ships done. So I'm going to call it an episode, guys. We're going to wait to build up the supplies to go fix the ship and to fix the oil rig, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.